Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and we'll get started with today's class. I want to go over a couple of things before we just dive in, and I'll share my screen right here. We'll dive into the actual step-by-step uh, setup to create that calendar link. Let me see. There we go. Okay, so the calendar link that you have available through Google is going to set up that sign up link. So sorry. The Google Calendar link that we're going to set up today is going to help you schedule appointments right away. We're also going to talk a little bit about time blocking. And then with the time blocking, we'll add another layer of layering in prompts into your time blocks so that when you're doing the work, you know exactly where to go. You have your steps in place to take action right away. If you're someone like me, I struggle with having a bunch of to-do lists and things here and keeping. I try to be organized, but within that organization, I also find myself looking for this and looking for that. So what I found to be easy for me is to time block and add what I'm doing, prompts, whatever makes productivity easier within those time blocks. So we'll talk a lot about calendars today. And if at any point you have any questions, please feel free to ask. So, like I mentioned, we want to automate everything about our day-to-day as much as possible to alleviate burnout, eliminate decision fatigue, and just put steps in place. This is what I have found to be super crucial, especially if you are running a business, you have a big family, you are jumping from one thing to another, have a ton of hobbies. This helps make things easier. Jumping right into it. So, when we build out our calendar link, I want you to think about this. We want to create the automations behind the link that we're creating. So, follow-ups are in place. You're preparing your client for what they have to expect when they meet with you. You are taking that opportunity to put your branding everywhere. Slap your branding, put your face on the booking link. And we'll talk a little bit about that, but I um I want to go over in full detail, and it'll definitely make sense, but I just want once we see the booking link itself, but just going over context, identifying your flow. What kind of booking link are we going to do? Most likely, I think the first thing you would do is a consultation link. Buyer consultation, listing consultation. Let's focus on those two. Maybe it's time blocks for open house. We'll talk about time blocks on a separate note before the end of this class, but let's think about what we're going to do, how we can make life easier, what those links are going to be, and the unique messaging behind that. Of course, we have access to Gemini. We have access to ChatGPT and all the different AI language models available. What I want to say is through your KW email, since we're on the topic of KW email, you have access to Gemini Pro for free. And I'll show you how easy it is to log into that too. But with that being said, utilize the tools to make this easier for you. I could simply write a quick congratulations, your consultation has been booked. But if I see that there are different ways of saying it, I could choose the best one. I could choose the one that best fits my style or adds in a layer of XYZ. The preparedness, please complete this pre-screening questionnaire, which ensures our maximized use of our 25 minutes together. So using AI for me means I have all of the different options available. I am looking at all the resources, I am checking out ideas, and I'm putting my own personal spin on it. And so leverage AI as best as you can. If you have any questions, please let me know. We're going to go back to focusing on the booking link that we're going to create today. Connecting prompts directly to your calendar time block. I said that in the beginning of this class. I want you guys to think about ways that you can make life easier. If you were going to book, if someone were to book a consultation with you, what do you need to have prepared in your block for that consultation? Do you want to have a questionnaire? Do you want to have a link to your presentation? Do you want to have a script for your presentation to make sure that once you start that meeting, once you open the Zoom link, if you guys are doing it on Zoom or if you're in person, you have that ready and prepared. You're not looking for it in your folder. You're not taking 2, 3, 5 minutes to go into your email to find it. It's there in your calendar link. I want you guys to think of your calendar as a place that you can refer to and have all of the resources available. Use it in a high level way. Essential tools for scheduling. We are going to be focusing on Google Calendar. Of course, there's Outlook if you guys use Outlook. We're focusing on Google Calendar because that's what's available with the KW suite. KW operates on Google. And we have basically the Pro feature. If you log in to a regular Gmail account, you won't see this feature that we're going to be talking about today, unless things have changed or if they do change in the future, which could be possible. And then there are other options that people use a lot often, which is Calendly. And for seamless integration with your CRM, tech tools like Zapier and Make connect your CRM to your calendar, which again, we have Command that works directly with your Google Calendar. So a lot of the times we don't need to make any of those extra steps. I just want to put this out there because a lot of the times people ask about the different options. What is out there? We're going to focus on what's free and available with your KW suite. Okay. Now, does anybody have any questions? Because now we're going to dive into the actual process. Okay. I'm going to share my screen on a different. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to share my screen on a different tab. And here we go. Okay. Let's just do the whole screen. Okay, so right now you're looking at the Google Calendar layout. If everybody can log into Google or to your KW email, and at the very top, you should see the 9 buttons. This is your shortcut to all of the Google Suite apps available. You could scroll down. You could see all of the different tools below. Feel free to explore those. Let me know if you have any questions about them. This is also where you'll find this shortcut to your Google Calendar. Go ahead and bookmark this if you can. So we are here in the KW calendar. Bookmarking this is simple as clicking the star on the search bar. And then now you have it, you should have it on this nav, like right below the search bar where you see all of the different tabs. It should be there if you have room. Now I've already bookmarked it and I dragged it over here to the very front because this is what I go through all the time. I'm going to explain the layout of my calendar right now. We are looking at 4 days. starting today. If we dial it out to the entire week, we see all of the calendars that are available through the entire week. And on this left-hand side, I have all the different calendars that I have access to. If I'm going too fast, please let me know. Feel free to drop in the chat and just say, can you repeat that real quick? But I want you guys to see the entire layout. You should have a calendar, like a personal calendar. You should have the Keller Williams Eastside calendar or your office calendar if you're in a different office. I'm going to share this if anybody needs it, in case anyone needs this calendar. It also is available on the BKCO Hub. I'll also drop in the BKCO calendar, which gives you access to all of the events within the network, the BKCO network. And as we're here on Tech Thursday, this is a class that's available to all of the different offices in the network. So I'm sure you guys have found this here, but I also spoke to someone this morning who's been in the office who's never used their calendar on a regular basis. They like to save notes. They log it in a different way, whatever it may be. I want you guys to get super comfortable with your calendar and this being the place that you log in on a daily basis. Okay, and so I'm gonna turn on my personal calendar. That's my office calendar with all of my classes, and this is the booking link that I created. So we're gonna create one for you guys today. On the calendar, now that I have it turned on, I can see my booking link. My booking link is available on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, so that's why I can find it here. But if I were to look for a quick shortcut to send this to a friend, a potential client, or in this case, agent who is working in the office and wants to book a tech one-on-one with me, I would go to my calendar, click on this bar, which should be on the days that it's available, and then send this link out. Let's go through the entire setup. So from the left top right, top left-hand corner, next to the word calendar, you see the hamburger menu. And then right below, you see the word create. That's where you would create an event. That's where you would create a task. If you were to create a time block, you would do so here too. All the way down, and you should see this on a big screen if you're not seeing the option. Make sure to have your tab or your window on full screen or on a bigger monitor so that you can see everything. But create appointment schedule will take you to another window. And now what I have highlighted is the current calendar that I have available. That's my work calendar. And it automatically highlights Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. So pay attention to this center bar as I adjust on the left-hand side. On the left-hand side, I'll start by making a title, listing, presentation. I also want to be in control of the duration of that appointment. Maybe it's an hour, maybe it's an hour and a half. And then availability is where we are able to manipulate how long this box is, where it is on my calendar. And so let's go right into it. And then, so repeat weekly, you want to have that on. Monday to Friday, Sunday, Saturday. If you want to turn those on, you can. And if you can see in the center, It's already opening up the time blocks for Saturday and Sunday. You can see the entire week. Then we want to go into the specific days. Do I want to have my calendar available from 9 to 5? Maybe on Sundays I only want to be available from morning to noon, 8 a.m. And then I want to make sure that I'm doing open houses or open houses at noon and on. Okay, so that changed the layout of Sunday. Shows me I only have 2 appointments available on that day. Monday, I have the opportunity to meet with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. 5 people on Monday, 3 people on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Oh, this is Sunday. My apologies. Saturday, same deal as Sunday. I want to be available in the morning. And remember, you guys, blocking out your calendar and being in control of your schedule and making sure that you have time to do other things put you in you want to be in control of your schedule, not to just, oops, somebody raised their hand. Is that me? How did I raise my hand? You want to be in control of your schedule. You want to be able to have time and room to do other things. If you go on a holiday, you don't want to be booked when you're out on a holiday vacation. So let's talk about what that would look like. So scheduling window, this is important to save your time. And so yes, we'll start with the first button. This is saying scheduling window. Do you want this to start right now? Or do you want this to start next week and end in a month? Not really. I want to start it right now. I want to be available to anyone who wants to book me right away. And maximum time in advance an appointment can be booked. Here's the thing. If people know you're going to be available next month, next month, like would the urgency be to book you then or right away? I think it's important for you to also know what you have in advance. Book your time out. I don't know, maybe this is different for you, for others, but for me, I want people to book right away. I want to fill up my calendar today, tomorrow, next week, and know what I have planned for the next 30 days, for the next 60 days, and then have the flexibility to move my consultations around. And if I want to push it out even further, then let that be in my control. So for the next 60 days, I'm going to leave that window available for booking, or I can do 30 days. Oops, sorry, 1 second. Go back, I accidentally hit the next button. So now we're back here. I accidentally hit the next button at the very bottom. Minimum time before appointment starts that I can be booked. If I know it takes me an hour and 30 minutes to get ready and drive to basically any location here in Seattle, in the general Seattle area, and give myself 2 hours. Minimum time. So that means if someone were to book an appointment, if they were to go to my calendar link, they'll only be able to book me 2 hours out. That'll give me the time to prepare, get that notification, and then know that I have to meet them or be somewhere, give them a call or follow up then at that time. Adjusting availability, as I mentioned, you are probably going to be going on vacation a lot in the holiday season, and you want to make sure that no one is booking you when you're not available. So in that case, once this booking link is set up, you can go back and change this. But if you were aware in this moment that you're not going to be available next week, here's how you would change your calendar. In this spot where it says adjusted availability, you can change your availability. So Friday the 14th, I am unavailable. And so I know in advance, no one can book me on that day. If I know we're going to have a meeting, a leadership meeting out of town, and I'm not going to be able to be flexible, meet with anyone. I'm here, but I'm not available. I'm at a conference and it's going to be all day. I don't want somebody to jump on my calendar when I'm not available. Um, so I'm going to block that off. And so let's just leave that there and then go back down. And sorry if I'm moving a little fast there. I clicked on the button right below booked appointment settings. No buffer time, no maximum booking per day, guest permissions. So what that opens up is a little bit more detail into your appointment time blocks. So pay attention to the blue boxes now highlighted in the center while I change the buffer time. We talked about if someone were to book an appointment with you, you have and I don't want this to be confusing, so I'm going to go very slow, but where it's a scheduling window, minimum time booked before appointment start, that is 2 hours. But right down here, booked appointment settings, buffer time applies to the gap in between each appointment. So 30 minutes now, I've clicked on that. That means if I had an appointment, I know I need to set up for my next appointment if I were to be back to back. If I had an appointment at 9 o'clock, I need at least 30 minutes to grab coffee, grab water, send a follow-up email, write down my notes, make an appointment to follow up for me for the next time. These are all tasks that you should be doing in order to keep up with your clients, the leads, and following up in a good time. And so making that 30-minute buffer is huge for balance. It's huge to help you be prepared, better prepared. Maybe I want it to be 15 minutes. Just double click on that box and then type in the number 20 minutes. Maybe I want it to an hour. Maybe I want to have a buffer of an hour in between every appointment. So now I've completely shifted my calendar and availability to only 3 appointments max per day versus 5, which is good for me because I could definitely do the best that I can, save um savor my energy and refresh myself, drink some water, get some coffee before my next meeting. This helps me perform the best that I can. Even though it seems like I'm not going to be able to meet many people, I think it's going to make me a um better serve my clients. And then so after unclicking that, actually want to put 15 minutes there. So at least 15 minutes is good enough. This other box here is a limit to how many bookings you can have per day. I don't need that there as much as I want to, be in control of my time and balance out my day and everything. I actually don't want to limit how many bookings I have in a day. So I'm going to leave that unchecked. I can definitely expand these hours. Realistically, I want to do and be and have a balanced day. So I am going to leave that unchecked. Guest permissions. If your client has a spouse, they want to invite their significant other and to the meeting, they can. That's what this button means. And then here's the trick to making sure that you have the most flexibility. If you have another job, if you have a separate calendar for whatever it may be, another business, you might want to stay on top of your availabilities on those calendars. So this button here tells me this booking appointment that we're creating right now is operating off my main calendar. That's JC Nolan. It's blue. I like it blue. Don't know why. It's not my favorite color. I just like that my eyes catch on to blue, and I like that for my appointments. So as you can see, there's another calendar here. This is my time block calendar. So I will put on different tasks, and we'll talk about that after this, but different tasks that I want to have throughout the day. My lead gen hours blocked, my creative hours blocked. If I need to, you know, take my dog out in the afternoon, morning, even I want to have some reminders, I will set that up through a separate time block calendar. And that's what I did. I'll show you how I did that after we set this up. And so I don't want what this calendar is it's ensuring that I don't run into other appointments. So I have the KWE side calendar. I want to make sure that this appointment link is checking other calendars for my availability. If I have another appointment and that it is on the KWE side calendar or it is on our work calendar, it's on my other business calendar, right? I want to make sure that my booking link is not interfering or anything that is being booked here is not interfering with what I have going on in a different calendar. So I can simply click that and it will show me better availability. So let's just keep it at that one calendar. If you want to add what would be a better scenario? If you want to add, maybe it's your lender. Maybe it's you want to create an appointment link that you can have and share between you and a lender. Maybe it's been between you and your showing agent. You can add them here automatically so that anything that's being booked CCs them. All right. Let's move on to the details of what this page will actually look like when someone clicks on it. This last page is the presentation of your booking link. It's going to verify with you, okay, what's the title for this booking link? Listing presentation. How are we going to meet? And you can set up automatically Zoom or Google link or in person, none specify later, phone call, Google Calendar. If you want to do a meet in person specific location, you can add your address for where uh you can add your address for the office or wherever you typically like to do your consultations. Optional, optional. I then want to go down here and then using ChatGPT or using Gemini, you want to make a listing description of what that call is going to be, and just prepare your client to know what to prepare for, to understand what comes next. Or if they have to follow up with you, let them know in the listing description or in the description here, the calendar link description, not listing description. Okay, before I go into Gemini and show you how to get there, I want to first complete what we have here. What we're doing is we're creating a booking link. So then down below, booking form. Proprietary is first, last name, and address. Phone number is optional if you want to add another field. Let's say you want to add, let's add a question. Custom item. Are you pre-qualified for a home? And then require email verification. That's really great for those of you who are concerned if people are leaving the wrong email. Personally, I don't think people at this point, if they've gone through, found your booking link, and are on that page, that they're intending to leave a fake email. But if you want to click on that, just to make sure, people do forget, or people do end the email part. I've seen this many times. I've even been guilty of doing this too on accident, but not finishing up the at gmail.com and leaving it at gmail.co. This is important because if you set up notifications, which we are going to do right now, they won't get them. So for safekeeping, you can turn that on. You can send an email reminder one day before, and you can customize this. While clicking this down here, you and the person who made the appointment will get a confirmation email with a calendar invitation. Save yourself spare yourself the time to follow up, just to send them that one message. Automate it as much as you can by clicking down below 10 minutes before. I'd like to say maybe 30 minutes before, 1 hour before, in case they're going to be driving from far. And then one day before, you can even do that. One day before, 1 week before. Okay. Maybe 3 days before. Let's try to customize that. I want to send them a message 3 days before a consultation, one day before, and then 1 hour before. Remove that. 1 hour before, and then 10 minutes before. Okay. Perfect. Now my listing presentation appointment is ready to use. This is how it looks like on our end. This is how it looks like, and how to find that. So I want to make sure I have this calendar clicked on the left-hand side, have that turned on, and and then my listing presentation is right here. Preview is where you can see what the client sees. Listing presentation, I did not add a description, so there's no description here, but you see exactly my availability. Now, I want to show you what it looks like with a list, with a description. Oops. Oh, that was editing it. I'm so sorry. Preview on my booking link. This is a little big because of the layout of my screen. Okay, I hope this is still legible, that it is small, but hi, thank you for booking a tech marketing one-on-one with me as your MCTT. I want to provide you with the most accurate and up-to-date information. Please provide a brief description on what specific tools or questions you want to cover. Email me at, and then my email right there. So I'm giving it to them, giving them a call to action. Follow up with me before our meeting. Let me know. Most likely, they've already let me know what they want to cover before booking this link, but I just like to have that there just in case, because it is now available on my signature line. I want to put this in as many places as possible. So I copied the link. and I put it on my signature line. So I'll bring you guys to my Gmail just to show you guys where I have it, just to give you some inspiration. It's super simple. It's nothing crazy. It's just a hyperlink, a text with a quick message that says book a consultation with me or book an appointment with me. And then, well, where do you go? So again, back to our shortcut from the beginning, click on Gmail, and now we arrive here in inbox. I'm gonna quick go into compose. Dun, 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 an email. Hmm. There you go. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see this. I think my internet. Hi there. Sorry, so sorry. I hope you guys can see this. I think my internet's a little bit shaky today. But there's my booking link right below my signature line. Click here to book an appointment with me. It's available when I follow up with people and they're like, hey, when can we get a chance to meet? When can we talk about this? Then I'll either send them this or open it. And while I'm there, I book the appointment for them. Through this, I make sure, and this might take some reps to really get comfortable with using this and going to this link right away. But if someone were to ask me and I don't feel like saying, hey, can you just book this on your own? I will still utilize this link. I will instead book it for them and ask, hey, looks like I have Monday or I have Wednesday available. I have Wednesday available 9:30, 11, or 12, or 9 to 2. Is there any time around there that works for you? They'll say 11:30. I'll be like, okay, I'll go in and I'll type their name and then I'll hit book. So this is confirmed. This is what it looks like on the receiver end, even though I am the one who booked it for them, because I have a follow-up email set up. I know they're going to get the message regardless. They're going to get it right away, and it's going to look like this. Super formal, tells them appointment is booked, who with who, what it is about. This should be their name. But in that way, they're going to get all the notifications. They're going to know exactly what's happening. I'm personalizing that approach by booking it for them. And then now we are done with that part. I want to show you guys the second thing, which I mentioned, that KW emails, all KW users, KW email users have access to Gemini. So if you go into Gemini and sign in with your email, you should be able to log in. So go to sign in, hit next, enter your password. Oh, there you go. Okay, perfect. So as you log in, you should be able to see on the top right-hand corner, you're logged in with your email, you are using Gemini Pro, and now you arrive in the center where you can add in all of your prompts, create a listing or create a description for your Google Calendar, whatever that is. So if you have any questions about that, want to go specific in on prompts, we did a class on prompts a few weeks back, and next week we have a class specifically on creating branding kits to add to your ChatGPT project files to make prompting super easy and aligned with your brand and your voice. Helps when you're creating content, helps when you're creating presentations. You want to make it sound more like you at the first try. So that makes such a huge difference. to have that organization. So we'll talk about that next week. And then lastly, I want to show you guys what I've done with organizing my time block calendar. So as you can see, you have many different calendars on the left-hand side. I'm going to make my screen bigger so we can have a full view of everything. I know that makes a difference. So there's a difference between creating tasks. Tasks won't interfere with any booking links that you have. Tasks won't block any of the meetings that you have available. But there is something that I've created that I find just super helpful. And it is creating a separate link. Oh, one thing I just noticed, you have booking pages now on the left-hand side. So you can see exactly what your booking pages are or create another appointment through that simple button. That's new. But other calendars that I have available, that's where I have my time blocking calendar. So I'm going to show you guys that here in just a second. Calendar. This is the same calendar, Google Suite type of calendar. I have mines connected to each other so that this is the same calendar that's reflected. It's just on a different email. But today, there we go. Okay. So my calendar is empty right now. I've unclicked all of the calendars that I have. When I go in on a regular day, I look on my time blocking calendar, which I have set up. I created it here in my calendars. Yes, create a calendar like this. So I created a separate calendar that just houses all of the different activities that I want to accomplish in the day. And I'm blocking it out as gray. I can change the different colors with 3 buttons right here on the left-hand side of that calendar. But I want to show you guys where I put my prompts. So one simple one I'll do is in the morning. I've created a time block. I want to attempt to go to the gym once a day, early in the day. I didn't today, but when I do go to this time block, I already have my link there. I already know what workouts I'm going to do. I just go in there and use it. And then another way I've done my time blocking is to prep my classes. So prepping my classes, it's on my Ben Kinney calendar, my KWE side Ben Kinney calendar. So Tech Thursday prep. Okay, yeah, it's right there. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna go back to the main screen. Today is Tech Thursday. This is my calendar block, but it's also a reminder for me that before the 15th of every month, I'm preparing for my classes. So I already actually have the list for my classes next month. I just need to put it into action. I know today I will. Today is the 13th, but on every 15th of the month, I'm going to open up this calendar link and it's going to tell me specifically what I need to do, instructions. And if I have an assistant do this for me, they're going to be guided by so many of these SOPs that it's going to make their job a lot easier. It also helps me work on more tasks and be able to delegate the tasks that I have And right now, when working on this once a month, I have my prompt that I created specifically for each topic. My job is to insert the topic here, the goal, the deliverables. I know exactly how I'm going to create my slides. These are prompts for my slides and prompts to organize my classes. The next part is to create graphics. And so I know that's the next part, but I just want to have the starting point for myself to make sure that I'm a step ahead. I hope this gives you guys some inspiration to really tackle your day with organization, with knowing what you need to do, how to plan your day ahead, to keeping track of the things that you want to achieve, the goals, maybe the amount of training that you want to get accomplished before the end of the month. Time block, time block, time block. Running a business and working at the office and serving agents in all the different areas of work that they need to do. Just time blocking has been so essential to staying on top of things for me, at least. And I know that's been helpful for a lot of people I've spoken to. If you have any ideas or if you have any um, feedback that you want to share, you want to come off mute, we have 10 more minutes. And if not, I can go on and talk about more things. But I want to know if you guys could drop in the chat, was this helpful for you guys? And is there any topic that you guys want to cover? What is something that you guys are taking away from this class today? Is this all new to you guys? Is this something that you're learning for the first time? Definitely helpful. I know, me too. I love that. Okay, awesome. Next class, we're going to talk about branding, how to organize your branding kits to upload them into ChatGPT or Gemini to get a better prompt result or output from the AI language models. That does require some brainstorming. So I would definitely think about your brand in depth and join our class next Thursday. This will be our last class for the month before Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving week, we're not going to have Tech Thursday class because Tech Thursday falls on Thanksgiving. So we'll only be doing one more class this month, and then you should see a ton of classes for next month, our last month of the year. Awesome. You guys have been great. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys, and I hope to see you all soon. Take care.